Fellow Toastmasters, most welcome guests. Have you ever tried to convince someone to do something? It can be a friend, family member, or boss. How do we normally go about it? First of all, we try to collect as much information about it, and then we just try to present that to the other person, hoping that he will be convinced and do what we want him to do. But that doesn't happen most of the time. What's the reason? Why? About 5 years back, I thought of trying my luck in sales. Since I was in construction, therefore I thought that the best way would be to sell construction chemicals. For that, I studied a lot about the construction chemicals which I wanted to sell. So after, when I was convinced there was enough information regarding the chemicals, I contacted some companies and then spoke to the person related to that purchasing. But after speaking to many of them, I realized they are not so successful. What was the reason? The reason was I was too much focused on logic, whereas decisions are made by emotion. Even some of the people I met, they were convinced that what I was telling is correct and they should buy that. Still they didn't buy that because I was too much focused on logic. A few years back, a neuroscientist discovered a very important thing. They studied some of the people who had brain damage, and damage to only that part of the brain which generated emotions. So these people were normal in everything except that they couldn't feel emotions. And they had another thing common to them, that they couldn't make decisions. When they could decide easily with logic which way to go, they could do that easily. But when some of the decisions they had a lot of pros and cons. So when they couldn't decide rationally, like the simple decision of what to eat, either chicken or turkey, they couldn't decide. So this demonstrated that the decisions are made by emotion. So emotion is a reaction to logic. Like we react to the emotions and justify our action with logic. If in the message there is only logic, then we won't generate enough response. And if there is only emotion, then it will be suspicion from the logical side. Logic is the language of conscious mind, and emotions is the language of unconscious mind. And emotions are reactions to our imaginations and perceptions, not to logic. They are based upon previous personal experiences. Take an example. Suppose we keep a wooden plank on the ground and walk over it many times, and we see that it's so easy to do that. But when we keep the same plank between two buildings 100 feet above, then our fears and emotions take control and they supersede the logic. Knowing that we can easily walk over that, still we cannot walk over that. So emotions are connected to success in life. We have seen many times intelligent people with high IQ, they have difficulty in work because they lack the fundamental human relationship skill of emotional intelligence. So emotional intelligence is connected to success in relationship, workplace, and even to physical wellness. So what is emotional intelligence? Emotional intelligence is just like social intelligence in that it's the ability of a person to understand his emotions, other emotions, and to differentiate between them and to use that to think and act. So emotions act as a springboard and give the fuel and energy to our message. And if the message is only based upon logic, then it won't. It will be a dull and flat message. Emotions help that to pull it to a next level. Therefore, to convince someone, first of all, we have to prepare with the logic, then try to understand his emotion, our emotions, and use that in our thinking and action. Thank you.